Welcome back. We're glad that you're here. My name's Randy. If I haven't met you, I get to be the children's pastor here at Ridgefield Nazarene Church, and this is Ridgekids. So every week, we're going to bring a service to you online that we hope that you can enjoy. So whoever's with you, parents, kids, neighbors, whoever's there, we want you guys to worship together. That's your small group. We're going to have some discussion questions and go over our Bible story. So whether you have a younger Ridgekids junior student in preschool, toddlers, or kindergarten, we're going to start off with your service first, and then we're going to go into Ridgekids for 1st through 6th grade. So all this month in April, we've been talking about humility. We've been talking about Jesus and looking at how he can impact and change the way we live. So we hope you have a great service. I'm going to check back with you at the end, and it's going to be awesome. So I hope you enjoy the service, and I'll see you soon.
Let me tell you why there's a smile on my face today. Hands are lifted high, can't be shy, I won't be afraid. Jesus is alive, and I know he loves me. Jesus is alive, he has saved the day. Jesus is alive, come on, shout and sing it. He is alive, he is alive. Jesus is alive. Let me tell you why there's a smile on my face today. Hands are lifted high, can't be shy, I won't be afraid. Jesus is alive, and I know he loves me. Jesus is alive, he has saved the day. Jesus is alive, come on, shout and sing it. He is alive, he is alive. Jesus is alive. Oh, I just can't stop singing about it. I just wanna tell the world. Oh, I just can't stop singing and shouting. Gotta tell everyone, tell all the world. Jesus is alive, and I know he loves me. Jesus is alive, he has saved the day. Jesus is alive, come on, shout and sing it. He is alive, he is alive. Jesus is alive.
You know what time it is?
Time to hear a story full of wonder. There's so much fun we'll have learning together. So let's go down to the clubhouse with Ollie and his friends. Let's go down to the clubhouse where wonder never ends at the Wonder Clubhouse. Meet with you at the Wonder Clubhouse. Meet with you.
Oh, hi! It's me, Luca! Look at all these cool things I found. First, I have a megaphone. It makes my voice really big, like this. 1, 2, 3! Next, I have a super cool microphone, and I can sing. 1, 2, 3! And here I have a walkie-talkie, so I can talk with my dad from all the way inside the house. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. There are so many ways I can talk to people.
Who?
It's Ollie!
Hello, Luca. Who? Who is that you're talking to?
I'm not talking to anyone yet, Ollie. But if I use this megaphone, then everyone will hear me.
Talking to people can be fun. It's true. You can share a special message too. Listen up. Just follow me through. Who?
Follow me through, follow me through, who? Ollie's got a Bible story for me and you.
Oh, hey friends! I'm Carrie the dog walker. It is so great to see you. We are still celebrating Easter. Easter is when we celebrate that Jesus is alive. When I count to 3, say Jesus is alive. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Jesus is alive. Great job. Today's true story from the Bible is about one really important thing Jesus wants all of us to do. And he told some of his friends about it on a mountain. Who wants to go climbing? This is my best dog, Stormy Jane. It looks like she wants to climb too. Let's pretend to climb together. Keep climbing. We're almost there. Whew, we made it. Great climbing, everyone. Our story begins on a mountain with Jesus and his friends, the disciples. While they were on the mountain, Jesus gave his friends an important job to do. On the count of 3, I'll tell you what it was. 1, 2, 3. Go and tell. Jesus told his friends to go and tell everyone, everywhere, that Jesus is alive, and Jesus wants to be their friend forever. Can you say go and tell? Ready? 1, 2, 3. Go and tell. Again. 1, 2, 3. Go and tell. Great job. Jesus said, I want you to go and tell everyone, everywhere, that Jesus is alive, and Jesus wants to be your friend forever. Wow, that's a very important job. And guess what? We can do that job too. When I count to 3, say, Jesus is alive, and Jesus wants to be your friend forever. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Jesus is alive, and Jesus wants to be your friend forever. Great job. Now, let's practice. Look, it's Grandma. Let's go and tell her. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Jesus is alive, and Jesus wants to be your friend forever. Oh, look, it's the checkout person at the grocery store. Let's go and tell him. 1, 2, 3. Jesus is alive, and Jesus wants to be your friend forever. Let's try one more. Look, it's our friends playing at the park. Let's go and tell them. 1, 2, 3. Jesus is alive, and Jesus wants to be your friend forever. Great job. We can go and tell everyone, everywhere, that Jesus is alive, and Jesus wants to be their friend forever. Oh, hey there, Ollie. Ollie, tell me, who is alive?
Jesus is alive. Yes, it's true. Now let's hear it from you. Tell me, who is alive?
Jesus is alive. That's the truth, friends. Bye.
So there's your story, and it's all true. Jesus wants us to go and tell that he's alive. Ho, ho.
Thanks, Ollie.
Goodbye to you. Ho, ho.
Wow, Jesus told his friends to go tell everyone, everywhere, all about him. He wants us to tell others about him too. I think I got the story. Did you get it? If you did, say got it. Get it?
Got it!
Good. I can use all these things to tell everyone, everywhere, that Jesus is alive, and Jesus wants to be their friend forever. See you next time.
It was my turn till I met you. I was breathing but not alive. All my failures I tried to hide. It was my turn till I met you. You called my name and I ran out of that grave, out of the darkness into your glorious day. You called my name and I ran out of that grave, out of the darkness into your glorious day. Now your mercy has saved my soul. Now your freedom is all that I know. The old made new, Jesus, when I met you. You called my name and I ran out of that grave, out of the darkness into your glorious day. You called my name and I ran out of that grave, out of the darkness into your glorious day. Needed rescue, my sin was heavy. The chains break at the weight of your glory. I needed shelter, I was an orphan. Now you call me a citizen of heaven. When I was broken, you were my healing. And you're there with me every night I'm breathing. I have a future, my eyes are open. 'Cause when you call my name, I ran out of that grave, out of the darkness, all into your glorious day. You called my name, and I ran out of that grave, out of the darkness into your glorious day.
What's up, John? Staring at dirt for fun?
Kinda. I just planted some flowers and I've heard that vegetation grows faster when it listens to music. Haven't you ever heard you should talk to your flowers? No. Well, you should. Music supposedly makes them react faster. I just have to find the right kind. No, nothing there.
John, this is ridiculous. There's no way that.
Woo-hoo! It's time for another dance party with DJ Daisy. Hey!
You've got to be kidding me. This isn't even a good song. What?
Double Daisy dance. Do, do. Hello, everyone. I'm John.
And I'm your host, Brandon.
And this is the
This is the Green Garden Call-In Hour, where we're taking your calls and giving you advice on how to make your garden beautiful and verdant. Caller, go ahead.
Hi, Brandon. Big fan.
What's going on right now?
I'm trying to make sure my succulents stay healthy during the upcoming summer months. Do you have any advice on watering frequency? Thanks so much. Love the show.
Hey, caller, thanks so much for calling in. My thoughts are that all plants need water. So go ahead and water them all the time, every day, as much as possible.
That's terrible advice.
Never mind, don't water them, ever. They're smart plants. They'll figure it out. Next caller.
Hey, Brandon. Long-time listener, first-time caller. I'm trying to plant a blueberry bush, but I don't really know much about soil pH. Is that okay?
Why not? As we all know, pH stands for plant hands, which blueberry bushes don't have, so you should be fine.
Brandon!
We've got to go to commercial break, but we'll be back soon with more insights and tips.
You know nothing about gardening.
I know! I ended up hosting this radio show somehow, and I still have no idea what I'm doing.
How long have you been hosting this show?
I don't know, 7 years?
7.
Look,
How did you get
There's no
this show?
time for this, John! I need help! Could we possibly bring on someone who knows stuff?
Okay, sure. Please welcome someone who knows stuff. Come on in. Have a seat. Yeah.
Thanks for having me.
Just 1 second. And we're back after that short break. We've got a guest with us today. Could you please tell us who you are and what you know?
Hi, I'm Lily, and I would say that I know a fair amount about gardening.
Great to have you with us today. I am so sorry about this. I don't know anything about gardening, but I have to give these people advice. Is there any way you could help me out?
Sure, I'd be happy to.
Okay, that's great. Okay. So we've got a caller on the line. You're on the air, caller.
Hey, I've heard a lot about composting, but it sounds like a lot of work. Should I try it?
Don't. Putting posts in your garden will make it look bad.
Composting is when stuff like leaves and food scraps decompose and turn into nutrient-rich soil.
Right, so you don't want things decomposing in your garden. That's gross.
Actually, you should absolutely give composting a shot. Not only is it good for your garden, but it's a great way to find uses for food scraps that would otherwise just end up in a landfill.
So what I'm saying is composting is
a good thing.
Exactly. We have to take a quick break. Lily, thank you so much for being on the show. You've proven in one question that you know more about this topic than I ever could.
Well, I appreciate the vote of confidence, but I don't think that's true. I think you can know all these things. You just have to study and work, and don't talk on your radio show about things that you're not sure about.
Well, thank you for taking the time for helping me understand more about gardening and more about hosting a call-in gardening radio show. Would you be interested in taking over by any chance?
I mean, why not?
Awesome!
I'm gonna help people when I can.
All right, that's great. All right. Thanks for tuning into the show today, everyone. This is your host, Brandon, signing off.
And this is your new host, Lily, signing on. So, when it comes to composting, you want to make sure that your soil is nutrient-filled. You also want to make sure that...
Hey, thank goodness Lily was here.
I know, right? But I still think posts make for an unsightly garden.
No. We're not talking about... Didn't you just listen to... Never mind. It's Bible story time with Kellen.
Hey guys!
Kellen, my man, what's going on today?
Today we're going to be talking about a story from the book of Luke, where two men happen to be... I know this song.
Diane DeWitt here, reporting for Ancient News, where we only cover the oldest possible news. Later, floppy disk. Neither floppy nor disk. But first, since the crucifixion of Jesus, we've heard reports of some incredible things. Some eyewitnesses have even said they've seen Jesus alive. We go now live to the city of Emmaus to speak with one of those witnesses, Cleopas. Cleopas, can you tell us what happened?
So, My friend and I were walking on the road from Jerusalem to the village of Emmaus. We were talking about all the stuff that's been going on in Jerusalem when this guy comes up to us and he asks us what we're talking about. And we're like, you don't know?
And what were you talking about?
Well, you don't know either? We were talking about Jesus, of course. How he was a powerful prophet and was sentenced to death. How he died on the cross. We were both bummed because we were really sure that he was going to be the person to set Israel free.
But Jesus was crucified and put in a tomb.
That's what I'm saying. 3 days ago that was. But that's not all. Today, some friends of ours went to Jesus' tomb and didn't find his body. They saw angels who told them that Jesus was alive.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And you told all of this to the man who came up to you on the road?
Yeah. And get this. He said we were being foolish. He said, and I remember this exactly, he said, how long it takes you to believe all the prophets said. Didn't the Messiah have to suffer these things and then receive his glory?
And what did that mean?
We weren't sure either. So this guy explained. He went through the scriptures, starting all the way back with Moses and the prophets, all of it. It was like God had this plan for everything that's been happening.
Fascinating story. I'm sure that's all there is to it, though.
Actually, there's
Back to you, Kellen.
Okay.
Well, that isn't exactly all there is to it, but that is how it started. You see, Cleopas and his friend were just arriving at home when they... There it is.
We're back with more ancient news. Later, silly bands can actually be used as rubber bands. Maybe they're not so silly after all. But first, breaking news on the story we just left. We have here the friend who was walking with Cleopas on the road to Emmaus.
That's right. My name is...
No time for that. This is breaking news. Last we heard, you were on your way to Emmaus when a stranger walking with you explained everything that had been going on.
Right. And when we got to the place we were staying, he wanted to keep walking, but we wanted to hear more. So we begged him to have dinner with us.
And did he?
He did. We sat down right here in this room, and that's when things got really crazy. The guy blessed the bread, and the second he broke it, we could see who he really was.
And he was?
Jesus.
Shocking.
Yeah, he was alive just like our friends had been saying. And then, just like that, he disappeared.
So Jesus himself had been walking with you that whole day?
The entire time. But after he vanished from dinner, Cleopas and I booked it back to Jerusalem because we had to tell the disciples what we saw.
I'm being told we have one of Jesus' disciples, Simon. Simon, is all this true? Is Jesus alive?
Yes.
Absolutely fascinating. Jesus of Nazareth, once dead, now alive again. And still taking the time to help people understand why he's here. Incredible. Thank you so much for sharing your story with Ancient News, Cleopas' friend.
Actually, my name
Time for a break. Up next, where exactly is Waldo? I'm Diane DeWitt for Ancient News. Back to you, Kellen.
Wow, that is some really good news right there. It's incredible enough that Jesus came back from the dead, but he wasn't done. He took the time to show himself to some of his followers and explain what God was up to people who might have been confused. He helped people understand.
That's another way Jesus was humble.
Yep, and it's a way for us to show humility too. When we understand something and someone else doesn't, we can be patient with them and help them learn.
Like you do for us, Kellen.
Yeah, right. And like Lily did for you in your radio show.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, thanks for the story, Kellen.
No problem. I'll see you next time.
You know, I feel like I understand a little bit more about humility now.
And I understand more about gardening, but I've given 7 years of bad advice. Just think of all the dead plants.
Yeah. Reveal the question. Whoa, hey, great. Today's question is, when has someone helped you understand something?
Yeah, every day of my life.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so much stuff going on all the time. Oh, like kids can explain to me how to install apps on my phone.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I just learned from a podcast yesterday why you should never eat undercooked chicken.
Oh, no, that's good for you. It's chicken sushi, they call it.
But no, you know
sushi.
nothing about cooking either, do you?
No, I don't.
Okay, that's all we got this week.
We'll help you understand. We'll help you understand some stuff again next week, we hope.
Yeah, until then, I'm John.
And I'm Brandon.
And this was the So-and-So Show. See you soon. And do not eat undercooked chicken or raw chicken. Don't eat any of it.
Are you sure?
I am 100% positive.
All right.
Yeah. It's time to get our dirt on. I'm DJ Daisy.
And I am Dan D. Lion.
Kick it, scene. Yeah, I feel the beats. I think there's some beats growing in the soil.
I love this story, and the two Jesus followers on the road to Emmaus, and they're discouraged and down. Have you guys ever been discouraged or down? And then all of a sudden they realize that Jesus is right there with them. And imagine how that would feel. And I think there's times in our lives where we can feel that God wants us to do something and go somewhere. Jesus talks to these guys, he excites them, and then they run back to Jerusalem and they want to tell everyone about it. So from this story, our challenge today is, how can we help others know about Jesus? So how can we share what we know about God, the things that he's done in our own life and our own story, and how can we use those things to encourage others? So I want you to think about that, pray about that this morning, and just continue to just seek God as we look at all this month. How can we be humble? How can we put others first? And how can we be different in our schools, in our communities, in our families, where there's just so many people that are just focused on themselves, and they're not really worried about trying to help others or trying to encourage others. And Jesus comes into our life and he says, no, wait a minute. You are supposed to love people. You're supposed to love him. And then you're supposed to go out and live your faith. So that's our challenge. I hope that you guys will be back with us next week as we end April. You can always join us in the building as well at 9 or 10:30 for Ridgekids. But we hope you have a great week. Keep following Jesus and see who you can share your faith with this week. So have a great week, Ridgekids.